Hello. So I'm checking in to the moons in March. How are you? Happy two on a Tuesday. I'm extremely blessed and excited to be here with you guys. I did promise earlier that I would be back this evening or today actually. I'd be back to do some readings live. It's been a while and to promote my psychic flare virtual parties. I know people are like, but this is some serious stuff. Trust your higher power, your source, please. I've been doing online virtual parties and in person virtual parties for almost 12 years. I've done them up and down the East Coast. I've done them virtually in Israel. Actually, that was a great online experience, and I enjoy them. You guys get your groups together and you bring me in on a laptop. You throw that laptop in a particular space that's quiet and private. And then your group, one by one, will get to have a private mini reading with me. Now, people do this virtually in their own homes with their own groups, or we do this with all of your group virtually. It's pretty cool. Anywho, we are going into a new month, March, and that's what I wanted to. Mama, I'm live. Mama, come here. Mama, Mama. Oh, please give me a moment. She's not behaving. Here you go. You must look out the window. Okay. All right. So back to what I was saying. Uh, She has to have her window. There it is. So I wanted to look at March because I wanted to let you guys know ahead of time. So we're going into March very quickly. The end of this week, Monday, Tuesday, a week from today, will be in a new month. This March is going to be all about dreams, transcendence, and intuition. This is going to be reflections that we need to remember. So, all of March, that energy is going to be all about dreams and not necessarily when we're sleeping. Transcendence. Transcendence. We're going above, transcending, and intuition. Now, for those of us that do this work on a daily, intuition's very easy. But teaching a aerobics class for me is not. So there are things that each of us do every day, and those muscles are really strong. Intuition is just a muscle that all of us use when we are aware that we're using it, it becomes very, very powerful. It becomes very, very strong. So, this month of March is about getting your attention and connecting that awareness with your Intuition, your spiritual abilities. We don't call them gifts because if they were gifts, they would be fun. Woo! And we all know that sometimes our intuition isn't always fun. So, tonight, I want to use this very special portal of energy. So please visualize this huge kind of circle of universal light. Twos are very much about trust. Trusting the process. Remember why you chose your divine team. Remember why you are here. Remember that it's okay to remember, that it's more about remembering than it is about learning. And so being in this space on this 222, I did pull out my I wish I had like a slow motion voice, my Doreen virtue angel number book, and I highlighted some 222s. And technically, the more twos, it just builds on the vibration of. And the base for the number two means focus. So this is where we're going to immediately usher out the ego because this is sacred space. So we're going to do that by taking a breath. If you're driving, don't close your eyes and take a breath with me. Oh, breathe that in, hold it in your lungs, your gut. Hold it. Exhale, dump the junk. Let me jump over to the contacts. Actually, I'm going to run this because boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now I go to the comments. Hello, John. Hola. Mama, again, I am live. You can't keep interrupting. She will. So, the two, back to what I was saying. Yes, take that next breath because this is important. Breathing in, holding that breath. Allow this shift of consciousness. Open your mouth, exhale, dump the junk. Easy process when we participate. And one last breath because threes are great. Breathe in and hold that breath. I want you to hold that breath in your chest, your heart. Open your mouth, exhale, let go. Ooh, that feels so good. So just three breaths, and we literally align. And now let's read the message of the vibration of two. Everything's fine and will continue to be so. Keep believing, especially since your feelings of hope lead to more positive outcomes. So, for those of us who are born to do nothing but hope and keep hope alive, and that hope is thank you, Cody. Hello. So, there we go. Ta da! Cody, it's good to see you. So, yes, born and raised in the energy of hope, it is important that you realize to keep holding that focus because that hope is going to keep, that hope is going to be the catalyst, that hope is going to be the vehicle that gets all of us to this space where we realize this is a positive outcome. The angels can enjoy, we're going to go back to buoy, could mean the same thing. The angels can buoy your faith if you'll ask for their help. So, we love to hear everything is going to be perfect because it really is. When we stop poking and picking, things can unfold, but then we have to ask for help. Then we have to ask for help from what? We can't really rely on the humans around us. That message didn't say to rely on the humans. That message said to rely on your angels. Angels, plural, and all of us have them. Remember, we all have spiritual abilities. We are spirit beings, unlimited, old, crammed into these very physical experiences that have a little bit of a shelf life. So there's a lot going on here. Needed to hear that tonight. You're welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. It's the 22222, and Spirit said just shush and go live. So, what's the deal with the 222? Well, we're looking at the reminder multiplied, quantum. Allow your intuitive selves to feel that. Our original innate hopes are carrying our intentions, our divine intentions, carrying them, transcendence, meaning you are a part of the miracle. Don't interject and be fear based because things look different right now. Remember, when we're on a trip, there's a portion of that trip that takes time to get there, whether that trip is physical or that trip is mental. We do a lot of visual meditations. It is going to take time. The old soul in us is very excited right now. And sometimes spirit forgets about time. That's why we must rely on divine timing, divine order. Again, effortless. We hear go with the flow, or like the same part of us that doesn't want to ask for help. I don't need help. I'm intuitive. Anytime we push the opportunity to receive away, we are blocking our ability to receive. Think of that. So we want spirit to take us to this place of feeling better and receiving. And spirit says, okay, you ask, and this time angels are going to be needed because angels do that miracle thing. They go click, and it's pretty cool. In fact, angels are messengers of love and light, often not a lot of personality, very black to white. And they are called in when it is time to shift. Done. Easy. And so we're calling in those angels for assistance. For assistance. If we knew how to do this point, we wouldn't be on this video right now. Remember, the law of attraction is real. It's real. Like, we're like, no, it's not. It is real. What we believe, we receive. So on this 222, we're reminded, chill out, please, because most of your beliefs are like, they're conflicting with your hopes. Think about that. Conflicting with our hopes, beliefs that are conflicting with our hopes. That's kind of beautiful. What are we hello, Michelle. What do we believe? How many of you have actually shown up in this present moment that's changed and has allowed or have allowed yourselves to realize that your beliefs have changed? It's like, what? Your beliefs have changed. That's pretty powerful. So allow yourself as we not only flow through the rest of this evening, but as we flow through the rest of February, practice the vibration of being provided for. Think of that. There's my honey, guys, my love has COVID. He's behind this non-neon sign right now, laying down. But I feel so bad for him. So here we are, literally at this place and time that has our attention because of the law of attraction. I love when people say, I don't believe in that. And I say, well, do you believe in the law of gravity? You can't see it, but it doesn't mean that it isn't happening. So, law of attraction, like attracts like. And here we all are on this evening of 22222. And Spirit's reminding us, could you just shush? Please, just relax. You keep telling me that you're good and everything you're doing is good, and don't I deserve good? And it's almost like, could you just let that good align? Could you just feel good for a moment? Just feel good. Do we know how to feel good? Hi, Jessica. Do we know how to feel good? I mean, clearly, if you have COVID, you're probably not feeling so, splendid right now. Guys, Reba's in the building. I love you, Reba. I hope all of you are well with these crazy storms going on. Uh, but I need to focus. I think I'm spiritually ADHD. We are ending a powerful month, a very powerful month. And Spirit calls 2022 the year of war. And we're all like, what? Oh my God. Please, we've been at war within ourselves for eons, Feeling good is finding self-love. Yes, that is absolutely the complete picture. Some of us are so afraid of self-love and we're so bitter about it. So doing little things a little differently will actually bring us closer to that self-love that is actually totally good. Um, because I was that person years ago. So somebody would be like, "Love yourself," and I'm like, "You're a moron," and then we have to learn. It is absolutely a hard emotional journey, but it is beyond worth it. And it's the only reason I do what I'm doing because feeling good really matters, especially during the year of war. Think about that. Spirit says you've been at war within yourself for eons. It has nothing to do with out there because out there will be a reflection of where all y'all are. All y'all are the masses. Let them duke it out. You, black sheep on the outside, stay out there. You were never meant to fit in. Where you are is where I can reach you best. Think of that. I was like, damn, finally I have a place. Many of us are like, we grew up chubby or grew up really intuitive, the older soul in the room, which most of us were, or we grew up too tall, or, we always felt a little outside of the norm. And we spent a whole lifetime trying to fit in the norm. And it has kicked us out of our alignment until now. Breathe back in, feel that. It's like, "Oh, you mean I am okay?" That is what the 2222 message is. Oh, Michaela Jones is watching from England. Hello. Let me put Kessel on. I just learned that, by the way. Lots of prayers for your queen. I heard she also has COVID. So, in this present moment, we literally are coming into this awareness of the bigger part of our being, the part that's always been right, the part that's seen the bigger picture. And for the first time, we don't have to negate that. We don't have to push against that. In fact, Spirit says, please trust your intuition. I don't know how to trust. God save the queen. America doesn't have a queen. We probably should have a queen, but yes, God save the queen. One day I will be over there and I will get to partake in the beautiful countrysides and foods. All right. So, how many of us at this time can very confidently say that we can stand firm in what we say we believe in? And you guys could like thumbs up, you could post it, you could nod your head. I can't see, and that's fine. The best part about waking up is no, the best part is showing up, right? It's okay. It's all good. Um, yeah, gut instinct. And that is I always say it's like the first wedding dress. Your first thought, your first feeling, your first inclination, your first idea. That's always going to be your natural intuitive response. I don't say respond to that first. Most of us have to start to learn the process of, okay, well, that's good for me. That's an alignment. Where did that come from? So it's important. Hello, gorgeous Christy. So we're talking about the present moment. We're talking about 2/22/22 ending February, going into March. And stepping into that faith that we say we have. Many of you are really great advice columnists. People come to you for a reason. You see clearly thoughts, visions, ideas. You know claircognizant. You feel clairsentient. That's natural. And Michaela says in her beautiful British accent, why am I not confident in my gifts, even though I know they are strong? I struggle to believe in myself. Well, Michaela, welcome to Conversations with Your Ego. And I love what Deepak Chopra says the ego stands for edging God out. God, higher power, source, universe, nature, moon, luna, sun, whatever. Whatever it is you lean on when you need, whatever you lean on, whatever it is that keeps pumping oxygen into your lungs when you're sleeping. Think of that. You'll find most of us don't have a spiritual problem. We have a faith problem. We have a faith problem. We don't trust what we believe. We don't trust our source. How? When we needed source before, source wasn't there. We got hurt. Oh, Michelle, you're so sweet. Yes. And hard to know the difference between thoughts and spirit. It's so great because I'm going to show you that. That's really cool. So, and that's where we are, the present moment of awareness, knowing that any thoughts that are of guilt, shame, denial, fear, negativity, we know the difference between a positive. We said earlier, feeling good feels good. We know the difference between something positive and something negative. Anything that's low vibrational is not going to be something we're going to want to entertain. So, entertaining meaning thoughts, visions, ideas, clairvoyance. So, your divine team, your guides, your angels, your loved ones are going to be talking to you using your clairs, your natural abilities. But like you said, that voice is so difficult because how do I know that it is the right voice? Well, think of it this way. Love is patient and love is kind. Love is patient, love is kind. Terry's in the house. I love all the support. This is like some great stuff. Love is patient, love is kind. So many of us remember the year of war. Don't be at battle within. Don't push against your abilities. Sit in the perfect creation that you are, spiritually crammed into this human being that has an ego. And your true voice will be the bigger voice. That will be one filled with hope, truth, warm and fuzzies, even if we have to do something scary. There's my Michelle. Michelle got a bad ass tattoo today. So I love it. Congratulations. So following your intuition is going to feel softer and be right on as opposed to how we're taught to handle things, which is quick, fast, hard. Remember, most of us are coming off a very bumpy landing. It's been a long flight of not being aware. Oh, happy birthday, Michelle. Ugh, what a bad friend. Um, my God, girl, tell your mama yes. So your dad doesn't have a cake for her. Your dad has one cupcake and a yellow candle. And he says, um, he says, I just have this little bit for her. Um, he says, because they wouldn't let me bring the bigger cake that I would like to bring her. Almost like he got in trouble for crossing boundaries. Like when you go from country to country, you can only bring so much in. Hold on. Doo-doo. That's sweet. But he has one little cupcake and a little yellow candle. And I feel like your dad was also ADHD because his attention and focus is all over the place right now. But he keeps smiling like the Cheshire cat. I don't know why. Clearly, spirit communication is not his strong suit. But I would tell you, love is going out of your way to relay a message that you want someone else to receive, an important one. So him trying to be present and not only wish you a happy birthday, but it just feels like he's not the best at timing. Like, well, if he was, he would be here for my birthday. And he says, but I'm not the best at timing. Like, I always say the right thing at the wrong time, always too late. And that's why he feels better on the other side because it's divine timing. Like, you can't get it wrong. But it is important, Michelle, that you tell your mama and mom that he does say happy birthday and he just has this little, and it tastes like vanilla. So just know it doesn't taste like it's chocolate. It tastes like it's vanilla and it looks like an old cupcake you would have gotten in the 80s with like red and blue and yellow and a little a clown thing stuck in it. But happy birthday. So Marilyn is in the house. Yes, love is letting yourself give your all regardless of what you think the outcome may be, even if you're scared. Yes. We didn't come here for the battle. We knew that before we would come here, that there was a battle. We've done this. We came here to do all the other stuff that we're not doing when we're fighting. It's like, whoa. And it all begins with your intuition. And you can't rely on your intuition if you don't trust yourself. And so a lot of this is going to be baby steps. Remember, awareness is new. Awareness, I'm aware. Oh, yeah, you're aware. What are you aware of? Of stuff. Of what do you mean? What am I aware of? What are you aware of? Do you feel spirit with you all the time? What are you doing? Are you feeling a lot? Are you seeing? Are you knowing? How are you aware? I think the reward, if worth it, instead of selling yourself short. Totally. Absolutely. Always. All right, guys. So the 222, clearly we need to trust the process. And I like to use a little tool tip that Spirit gave me this year. Instead of saying divine timing, try divine order. Divine order. Because the perfectionists in us are going to push against divine timing. Michelle, I hope some of that made sense for her. And he's trying to like bring balloons, but he's taking them from other people. So our loved ones have their own personalities. So that's funny. He's like, but they won't miss it. Anywho, um, all right. I love you, Michelle, so very much. Uh, I wanted to do a few readings for you guys. I wanted to hold space, and I was going to do oracle cards. And I want to show you what I did. So I have quite a bit, and this is only some of them. I mixed all of them up and cleaned them and shuffled and cleaned and shuffled. So that's quite a lot. And I like combining them that way because the message you get is always divine. All right. So if you would like me to go into something for you, please comment in the bottom in one of your, because I'm live in 3 different places on YouTube, both of my Facebook pages. First, I want to thank you guys for being with me here. Love to you. Thank you. She's crying, but in a good way. Okay, Michelle's mama, I love you. I know we've never met, but you're always there every time I talk to Michelle in spirit, and I always want to hug you. And you're beautiful. I'm like, look at those eyes. But I'm always here if you need me as a friend. And plus, Michelle has lots of free reading coupons that she refuses to use. So if you ever want me to hold space for you, I would be honored. All right. So I want you to type in there all of your questions. What I do ask is that you do not give me any details. That is their job. And I will pull cards and we're going to move fast. So I'll keep reading the questions. And before we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and jingle that bell. You know I like my bells jingle. Ooh, ooh. Oh, that makes me so excited. I want to start singing. All right, so we're gonna get those. Oh no, you're frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Am I unfrozen? Am I unfrozen? If someone could give me a thumbs up and let me know. Why am I seeing blue lights among the white? Okay, Terry. So, um, is this in regards to not necessarily your physical seeing, but your intuitive seeing, your clairvoyance? Okay, Marilyn, thank you, my love, so very much. Okay, whoa, I'm not frozen. All right, so Terry, yes, why am I seeing lights, blue lights among the white? We have to remember this is the year of war, right? But again, the eagle's going to want to take you. Okay, yes, perfect. Okay, perfect. So the ego's going to want to take us directly into battle. Like, oh my God, they're here for war. La, la, la. Please, conflict comes from war within. So we have to remember that we are taken care of. And even though we may not understand how, Michelle, thank you. You go enjoy your foods, and I will see you again. I appreciate you being here. So, we have to first remember those angels we talked about earlier. They're here with us all the time. They have work to do. Again, effortless. Love is patient and it is kind. So, a lot of things that are happening right now is we are waking up to a different level of awareness. The veil has been thinning. So a lot of that spiritual energy that used to be somewhere is now very present here. And we're seeing things, feeling, sensing, knowing we're working. We're working. So Michael, Archangel Michael and his team, very present, not only with each of us, but on earth at this time. Despite what lower vibes would like us to believe, there really is a massive angelic presence on this planet right now. So, you, my love, that has the ojos of angels, you're going to see blue energy around the light. You're also, or the white, you're also going to see blue around areas where there will be blockages of some sort of exchange, communication, well being. You're going to notice whether it is going to be a smooth exchange or the individual or the space is blocking it. And the truth about intuition is each of us have our own little language with our team. So when I see cigars, that's always celebration. Um, when I see twos, threes, and fours, they normally will validate kids, children, siblings. So each of us are going to have our own little language, little code book. As you're interacting with spirit and noticing things, why am I seeing? Write it down and you'll notice patterns. Spirit loves using patterns all the time, because it gets our attention. We always say, why are there coincidences? And God says, because I came up with the word so it would get your attention. It's kind of like, wow. So this is going to take us to a different or bigger picture, my love. You work with angel energy naturally. Some of us physically sing. That's not me, although I wish it was. Some of us heal. Some of us teach. Some of us naturally work with angelic energy. So you got to understand we're conduits of light. Ah, we're conduits for so many beautiful things. So don't look at it as a negative thing, or do you think it's a medical thing? No, you're waking up to the clarity of a very important reality that is yours. I hope that makes sense a little bit. All right. Now, this girl here, this is Queen of the Universe. I just need y'all to know. Uh, would like to know the Aunt June situation. My sweet Aunt June from April to June. I love that. Stephanie, side note, from April to June is going to be a very crazy festive time period for you. And it feels like, remember, some of us are really big energies and we manifest fastly. Terry, you are so very welcome. I want to thank you for allowing me to hold space for you. I've seen alien faces in the blue light. Ooh. So remember communication and guides and stuff. I'm going to jump back, but communication and our guides aren't always human form. Our guides can be angel energy, which is also can be galactic light energy. So your job would be to question, what am I seeing? Are they of the light? And if it is not, why am I paying attention to it? Because it's simply distracting you. But I must help them. No, 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 not at this point. Intuitively, I'm telling you, no, no, no. Some of us are anchored and connected to other planets, and there are divine light beings that are here to help us. So just make sure they're not scary aliens. All right. So, Steph, Aunt June, your time period between April and June is going to be very crazy, busy, hurried, but you're a very big energy. And many of us old souls manifest very quickly. And so, Spirit says, just understand you asked for this. So it feels like April to June is a boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. But it is nothing you can't handle because you've been saying that I can handle, I can handle. And then June is in the middle of this. And the message about June is it does feel there's a little travel. So whether you're planning a trip with June or June needs to go to another family member for a little period of time, like a vacay, traveling is important. And that can also be because of earthbound time. So if there are certain things that needed to be done before Aunt June transitioned and decided to play for the angel team this time around, it's important that this would be the time that those things are taken care of. That includes anything you said you would do for her at the house. I feel like she's going to hold you to that. And I hope some of that makes sense, Steph. If you can give me thumbs up, not that you agree or not agree, but that I am tapping in. Also, here we are again. Here's the constant message: ask Archangel Michael to help you with the situation. You'll notice all evening it'll be repetitive patterns. So, Michael, very present. Let's use him. This also means, Steph, that communication is going to be a really big deal right now with Aunt June. Every type, body language. She may not be as present here, but she's present here. So things that would be said in the next room and maybe not by you. You are so much more shiny and aware. Again, if they only knew you. So, but other people, loved ones that might be saying certain things, even if they're afraid, it feels like she's absorbing a lot right now. So it's kind of like let her have her day. Let her totally live it up the best she can. Even if you and Aunt June hit the road and go for it. I mean, don't do like the movie Tammy that didn't end well completely, but maybe you and Aunt June need a little trip. She's probably the safest that she can be in your arms, in your presence, in your thoughts. And it feels like June's sister, there's a sister or a female that's very protective of her on the other side. And she keeps wanting to thank you. Kind of like if you didn't have your umbrella over her, she could be in a really bad place right now. So just know that there's a lot of gratitude and know that this period is going to be very quick. we're going to notice a lot of people transitioning and willingly, kind of like their soul is like, love you, I'm out. This place is rocking later. So it's important that we utilize the time that we have with certain individuals because nobody is in our place of awareness by accident. And not only are they not in that place by accident for us, but we are not in their place of awareness by accident for them. They're manifesting us just as much. So, Michael is going to be a big deal. And travel, getting her out and about. It's almost like her mind can't say what her body or her soul needs to experience before she, you know, dances off with Fred Astaire. All right. I hope that makes sense, my beautiful girl. I cannot wait for your oracle reading. Oh, so, those of you who do not follow me yet as my patrons, that is the coolest thing. I encourage you to, and anybody that signs up and joins and follows me through the month of February will be entered to win a free oracle reading with me that includes a free workbook and or the you're welcome, Steph. I love you and or the Spirit Posse Breathe coffee mug. So go to patreon.com and /April and you'll look, you've got a $25 option, which includes all of my new guided meditations every month. 4 brand new guided meditations every month and all the extended ascension lessons, the extended messages each week, including the oracle reading. It's a lot. Then you have the $55 option and the $95 option, which just includes a free reading. Pretty discounted. So go over to that Patreon page because when you join, you'll be entered into my giveaway. All right. Any other questions? Anybody else want a message? I know somebody was on earlier today and I said, come back later. I'm going to be doing some readings. Terry, are you good? Are you still with us? All right. Okay. Well, if you guys do not have any other questions, if there isn't anybody else, because people are always like, when are you going to do readings? And I see a ton of you watching. You guys don't have to give me details. Just say, I'd like a card. Okay. Terry, did you have any other questions regarding the alien faces? Kathy, you're never late. Divine order, my girl. Kathy's in the house. I love it. You're not late. So, Terry, if you have any other questions, you just jot them down there and I will get to it. All right. I know Kathy wants some information. I'd like a card. There you go. Um, all right. So, Kathy, Spirit's already working for you. Check that out, which is also the meaning of two. Trust your process. Spirit's on it. Spirit's got you. How many of us are that confident? Everything. You're welcome, honey. Everything. Everything. Okay, good. Christy. Perfect. I also hear a lot. I love it. Ask it is given. So, Kathy, please know it is important that you do remember that not only that the universe has your back, but there is something bigger on the other side that is here on this side with you, cheering you on, helping you. They need you to take a breather for a moment because if we don't, we can't get that help. Sometimes the help isn't going to become physical. That help is going to come through a thought, a feeling, an awareness. So, Spirit says self control. Now, this card is green, so it's all going to be super green. Self control. And it comes from your higher self. Okay, where am I out of control? Oh, where am I out of control? Where am I out of balance? Where am I out of sync? And then Spirit says, standing firmly in your truth. Today, I will acknowledge feelings and beliefs that are all mine, and they're just as valid as anyone else's. I'm open to learning from others and their experiences. I'm open. Old souls have a hard time with being open and quiet. Yes, I will be pulling cards. Open and quiet. We are open, but we are not quiet. Just in our body language. Come on, bring it. Tell me. That doesn't say you're open. And we're like, universe, God, help me, please. But we're sitting here going like this. We got to be open. So it's important that you are open to learning from others. Doesn't mean that what they're doing you like. There's a lesson there. I will stand firmly in my own truth. Sometimes we want to know more about ourself, our authentic self. We're going to experience things that are not authentic for us because that's how we realize, I don't like that. I don't like that. So stand in your truth and allow yourself to show you what you like, where you're celebrated, where you feel good. So I hope that helps, my loves. All right. Okay. A lot of conversations in the room. Claire Alien. So, as long as remember, I'm not a doctor or a lawyer. So, as long as you're not dealing with hearing voices in your head like I do. No, I'm kidding. Well, I do. But as long as you're really not hearing voices, that's going to be clear audience, and it's going to be important again that you write down what are you hearing, what are you feeling when you're hearing this? What area is it coming from? Does it only happen in certain places? This is kind of like doing a paranormal investigation on yourself. It's kind of interesting, but it is important. All right. Terry. Okay, good. Yeah, I know. I always have to say I do hear voices, but I'm not nuts. Okay, so I saw Christy said, give me something about my career. All righty. Yeah, really quick, Kathy, there was one more card, which is the Earth and Air Dragon, which is knowing that you are a perfect balance between heaven and earth. In fact, guys, you are heaven on earth. You are where heaven connects to earth. You understand that? And when we do not allow ourselves to feel and experience this heaven, we're going to feel hell. We're going to feel disconnected. So call on that earth and air dragon. Look him up. I'm not a big fairy dragon person, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Stay balanced, ground your visions, manifest your hopes and dreams. I love that. Hopes and dreams. Yes. Okay. Back to Christie's career. Oh, I love these career questions. You have unlimited amounts of creativity in your energy. So if you're not expressing all that creativity, it doesn't matter where you work. So I don't want you, or your team doesn't want you using the word career because that automatically somehow limits you. They want you to focus on your ability to express your creativity instead of my career. Okay, well, wouldn't that be my career? No, because most people's career does not express their creativity at all. So energy flows where my intention goes. Yes, energy flows where my intention goes. So, where are your intentions? What are they? Because some really big things are happening with you and changing. You cannot go to the next place of employment with the same mindset because you're going to get the same position, but you are going. So it's very important to know that you must focus on what your intentions, not just intentions, are for the company, for your audience, but what are your intentions for yourself? Forget your career, but my ability to express my creativity. What are my intentions? Whoa, I want to be successful. Okay, well, that kind of energy we're not going to feel when we're talking about a career, at least with you. So, your guides need you to know your energy is going to flow wherever your intention goes. And that's going to be different because you're being called to go and express your creativity in different places, and those places are not yet clear. So, don't panic. But how am I gonna do that? Well, you're gonna breathe because 'cause you're not breathing. You don't breathe. Breathe 3 breaths. Breathe in, exhale. Ooh, do it again. Do it 3 times. When we do that every time we're in the toilet, we are meditating. So the more that we're breathing, we're receiving, we're cooperating. So, Christy, your guides need you to breathe and cooperate, get out of the way so they could lead and guide you. That's really important. And to know that your career is changing. You're not changing careers. Do you understand that? Your career is changing. You don't want another career. You want an amazing opportunity to express your creativity because that's where you're also going to be the most beneficial for others as well. It's always going to be a win win. All right. I hope that helps. And somehow teaching is involved. Don't let the ego run with that. Was it kids? Could be animals. You never know. But it's something about teaching. All right. Next, let's roll right on. Okay. My hope. Guys, I want to say, please help me send this woman huge gratitude. Hope has donated to my fundraiser, and more importantly, by sending the cats that we're rescuing, foster failing, actually, there's 11. She has sent food and litter, and I can't thank you enough for that. You have no idea. They are spoiled and they don't know it. So thank you. All right, Hope. So it's important at this time that you also, I love spirit, also practice thoughts of gratitude. I am grateful and appreciate all the abundance I have in my life today. Now, that means your guides, of course, want you to take inventory on this 22222. All the abundance I have in my life today, not tomorrow and not yesterday, but today, not the stuff in your fridge you need to replace. What's the abundance I have today? Because it's important. They're slowing you down. Gratitude, when practiced, even in little tiny bits, is the doorway for miracles, and miracles are normal. So that kind of says that there's this little necessity for gratitude to be a part of our daily vibration. And your team is saying, be grateful, appreciate what is it that you have in abundance of today. I'm going to go on to another card with that because it feels like there's a branch off. Oh, it's love. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And you have to understand great love is not the romantical kind. That's going to be a response to where we are inside. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Where are you being called? What's new? Where are you being called to express your needs? Now, I love this. Where are you being called to express your needs? Well, animals make me feel better. So when I am needed to help them, I find, even though it's more work, I feel better. So your team is saying, okay, make the effort. Go where the abundance is. Where are you being called? Where is there nothing but team hope? Literally in more ways than one. So I love that. And I love the card. I don't know if you could see that. It's the cutest little card in the world. But sometimes we got to remember loving everyone and everything else for the empath is easy. Loving the self for the empath is hard. Animals. Yes, I love, love, love. Uh, so you guys may not be able to rescue animals, but this woman sends food, and that is like rescuing them, because they would be on the street, which is why they're in the house. All right, so Hope, make the effort. Make the effort. I have a very hard time doing self care. I teach this, I preach this, but I'm human. I'm not channeling all day long, despite what spirit wants us to do, right? But I have to say no to some of the most important people in my life. I've got to create boundaries that I don't feel comfortable creating, but I know my sanity is on the line. So sometimes we have to trust where we're being called in all areas, not just physical. I know most of my empaths and clairsentients suck at self care, thus, hence the message. And I always say, we didn't come this far to come this far. And most of us haven't done 9 million lifetimes. Okay, exaggerating. 8.5 million lifetimes to get to this point again where we're like, what am I doing wrong? We're doing nothing wrong. We just have to start doing things that feel right in the areas that feel wrong. That was good. We just have to do things that feel right in the areas that feel wrong, that feel off. Hello, Mandy. So that was pretty good because so many people watching again, law of attraction. I'm sure there's so many people on here that are like, oh my God, she's speaking my language. Self love is not easy because we're not raised in a world or a society that does easy stuff with love. We don't. The human being, the species, complicates love because if we can't trust something, we must push it out, we must sniff it, we must analyze it. But for the old soul, we know that's a bunch of bullshit. It's a distraction. So a lot of us are waking up to the reminder that we're on, we're open, we're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, always have been. And now we've got to put faith in that. And that's kind of freeing. And clearly, none of us are alone. Okay, guys, did I miss anybody? Is there anybody else that I missed for a card before I wrap? Because I did. I wanted to jump in and spend a little bit of time with you guys and channel and tell you about some of the stuff I'm doing. I had somebody the other day tell me, "I didn't know you did all these videos." I do a lot of stuff. People have to explore where they're being called. And if there are patterns like my name popping up or posts you keep seeing, it's through me. It's not from me. Kathy, I miss you. I do. Hope, I love you. I love you guys. All right, let's pull one final card before we wrap this amazing spiritual experience. Let's take one final breath together, breathing in and exhale, being alive together in this moment, even virtually. Think about that. Our grandparents would flip out. Our great grandparents would flip out. All right, the final. I love this. The final card for us for this last week of February, this 2222222, is all about anxiety and being of service. The areas where we have anxiety are the areas that need our attention the most. And if we cannot be of service to ourselves first, how are we going to be of service to anyone else? This includes all of our future customers for those side hustles that we're creating, all of our future children, our current children, our relationships. We cannot dump love into what we're creating until we can be and receive that love first. And the only place we could do that is in this present moment, right here, right now. So, Spirit says, when you get anxious, go within. What do you need? Your responsibility is your well being, not someone else's. When we make someone else responsible for our happiness, responsible for our joy, when that person leaves or shifts or something happens, they take our happiness and joy with us. We cannot do that. That creates more anxiety. So let's embrace the anxiety. Stop, feel. The world's crazy. It's changing. So are we. So hold space for the self that's showing up. Hold space for the changes. Question the beliefs. If I don't know, what is it that I do know? Write it down. If you guys don't want to do the Oracle, there's an Oracle workbook that you can download on the website. And then you could pull, there's my Sid. Guys, gotta look at Sid's stuff. She does some online dream catchers and crystals, and I get the privilege of watching her grow. It's kind of cool. All right. So, in order to teach something, we have to learn it. So, we're always going to teach what we want to learn. Cool. And it's how I've been doing this for 12 years. Ah. And it's important that we also know that there are parts of us that are learning things. And so we have to learn things and teach ourselves these new things too. Because if our parents could have done it, they would have done it. Trust. Trust. Sid, where can they go for your website if you don't mind sharing that? Your Facebook page. It's a private group, but it's growing very quickly, and there's some really cool stuff on there. So if you could share your website, I would love that. And if you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on Patreon, or if you want to go to aprilroan.com, all of the goods are there too. All right, guys. Let me see if Sid could pop that up there. There we go. So go to Facebook and it's called the Cosmic Flower. I used to call them afflers when I was little. Okay, guys, thank you for showing up tonight with me during this little pop up party. I'm going to be doing more of them. If you want to have a virtual psychic flare party, again, just call me. I've been doing them 12 years. We do them online, we do them online in person. It's some cool stuff. All right. I will see you later. I love you all. I think you're amazing. I appreciate your energy. And I hope that you receive this evening what it is that your heart needed most. Bye.